Alright, I'm going to show you what I'm working with, and then I'm going to show you some things that I've already done. Okay, so I'm flipping the camera around. This is my yard today. These are my materials I have to work with laying around to yet finish what I have in mind. That corner you're looking at right there will be the home of my gazebo. Okay? When we get over that way, you're going to see lines I've painted and on used chalk. I've chalked out as to exactly where my gazebo is going to be. Now, yesterday, I went and splurged and I went to the Dollar Tree and I bought a bunch of flowers. And this is my first basket. I finished it yesterday. Let me get a little closer. Okay. That's my basket. And guys, I'm outside. I cannot read the chat. So talk away. Uh, I'm doing this for posterity so we can remember what it did look like and what it will look like. This was my mother's table. She got that 2001 when she moved into her apartment here in Branson. And I've got plans to turn it into a coffee table and do a little mosaic work on it. Okay? And these are my barrels. Now, these barrels serve a purpose. You see, they tie down my gazebo. Each of these barrels is filled with usable, drinkable, I'd filter it first, but drinkable water that has been treated with a little Clorox. But it holds 15 gallons of water. 15 gallons of water is a substantial weight to hold this gazebo to the ground. Okay? This is all going to be new gravel, but we got to move the gazebo before they can put the new gravel down. And I want to put weed killer down first. Okay? So we'll get to it. All right, folks. We're about to take a little cruise, and I'm using the walker because it's a chair. And I don't have anything sitting out here right now. All right. It don't roll well when you've got the brakes on. Okay. Let me see. I'm sorry, guys. I don't need to make you sick. Excuse me for that. I'm going to get over here where I can sit down and show you something. Back here, you see my old man in the tree? I got one of them little dusk to dawn lights that's going to go right up there between his eyes so it lights up the man in the tree and his little sidekick sticking out the side there. Okay? That garden there, that's my sedum garden. That's my fairy garden. That's where my fairies live. And they will live. Right dead ahead, you'll see where that basket of sand is and those blocks are. That's going to be put in block and painted to look like a three-dimensional bridge passing over the river. This is where all the water flows. So this is going to be a river going down, and I'm hoping to be able to put in a drainage pipe so that the water will flow mostly down. And I'm going to use those glowing in the dark stones to light up the flower bed, the fairy garden. They got all kinds of lighted fairy garden things that you can buy these days that are solar. And I'm going to have it. My sister is coming over with her artificials and her artificial fruit and stuff. And she's going to decorate that big standing pot trio into the Chiquita Banana Lady with a really tall hat. Okay? And you can see my Chiquita Banana Lady's in the tree. Yes. Now, the taste of resistance. I worked pretty much most of the day yesterday. I'm scooting my chair. Sorry about that sound. working on the first of many artistic adaptations I'm going to be adding to this beautiful garden. Okay. Take a look, folks. Isn't that beautiful? Take you in for a closer look. The lights, they change colors. They can be all white or they can change colors either way. Had them on colors, changing colors last night, and it was beautiful to sit and watch. This is the beginning of my beautiful patio. And my real yucca plant. And those are real stone crop and sedum. Here's one that's really got the sedum starting in it beautifully. Whoop. Okay. Right there. I lost signal for a minute. Sorry about that. Anyway, my intent is to hand paint this patio. Here's the blue lines on that. I hope you can see them, because I can't see the screen. It's dark. It's beautiful. Okay. These are real dianthus in this pot, with just a touch of artificials and sedum. This is my little fairy castle waterfall. The bulbs broke, but I can fix all of that. I can make it look right. My sister made this for me for my 50th birthday. No, 60th birthday. Yeah. And there's this one over here. It's sedum and flowers and flags. And of course, Binti, gotta have a skull on the wall. Okay? I haven't yet decided what I'm going to do with this right over here yet. I do know that behind here, I'm doing a mosaic of block and brick all the way down. So, and I painted that on a trailer a long time ago. It needs a touch-up, but that's about it. It's been there for 4 years now, so it's doing good. My smoker. And that right there, that wrought iron bench there, it's actually a planter that hangs on the wall, but you better have a really sturdy wall to hang it. That planter itself probably weighs 50, 60 pounds. Takes 2 people to move it. Anyway, you see where my gazebo's going to go. You got 1 block open. That takes up a little over a block. And it fits right between the door opening of the gazebo. That gazebo. It'll fit right in here. And I'm going to make a bench out of it. Okay. Yep. You get back over here, you'll see where there'll be the fairy garden. It's where I want to put my lighted garden there. Or where the river kind of spreads out, because it does. Before, as it flows down here, it kind of humps and goes over like this. It goes up and over like that. Anyway, Chiquita, my bandana hat lady, they're going to have a special spot in the garden. My bush is getting ready for me to give it a trimming. It's a boxwood's hedge. But I've got it designed to be a tree in a fairy forest. Just needs a little more cutting. I even have a Christmas tree. growing, a live one. Then there's stonecrop. A lot of Queen Anne's lace right now, which I'll pull before it flowers, but it's a pretty green. More stonecrop. A thick stonecrop, but it'll come back. And a bunch of irises. Okay. This is my cherry garden. Okay, guys. I need to get to work. Over here's going to be my wall. And to hold it up, because it's going to go up a little bit higher, we're going to use these red boards here as uprights on the fence. They came off of my old flower pot. Okay, guys, I've walked around the deck as far as I probably should before sitting down comfortably. Oh, in the shade, where perhaps I'll be able to read the chat. Let me see. All right, that's more flowers. Yeah, I have another basket like that I've got to plant or decorate. And I've got a shepherd's hook right over there, kind of leaning up. I got to get the drill out and get it really securely attached to the deck. The bottom of it's going inside a pot that has, God forbid, morning glories growing in it. But Richard likes morning glories, so I figured out a way to put some a noodle, for better words, a pool noodle on the bar so that the morning glory can grow up the shepherd's hook. Of course, it'll try to entwine itself in my flowers. All right, let me flip this around. Oh, lady, oh, hello, hello. Hello, anybody else? Oh, here it goes. Exploring internet crimes. Morning, okay. Oh, shoot. How do I get this thing to move? I can't get the chat to move. Sorry. I'm not used to using this phone. I got 8 people here. 4 thumbs up. Well, good. Good. I can't read the chat, guys. I thoroughly apologize. No, I don't want to do anything to it. I just want to move up so I can get to see the rest of them. Oh, because I'm going the wrong direction. Okay. All right, I got it. I got it, guys. I got it. MoV3F. Thank you. Thank you. Exposing crimes. Mona, more, Mona. Do up a mom. Oh, lady, oh, hello. All right. Oh, morning. Exposing internet crime. Good morning to you, my darling. Oh, lady, oh. I know that. I knew who exposing internet crime was. Okay, I knew that, honey. No. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited. But we've been waiting on rain. Mm-hmm. We got some. Yeah, if I'd have put my mind to it, I could have counted every drop that landed on the patio. That's not going to set the patio blocks. It's my understanding that they got to get really, really, really soaking wet and need to wait for a good rain. Because they need to get wet all the way down underneath so that when I put the polymer sand on it, it can crawl down in it and seal that all together really tight. So, I'm not going to stop me. I'm going to try. The wind is stopping me from painting today. There's no way I go down there and start painting on that patio in this wind. That'd be futile. I'm going to be painting these barrels over here. Let me twist it around one more time. These barrels, my notion now is that these barrels are covered with canvas. Well, the canvas is looking really, really bad. But I'm going to take some Mod Podge and I'm going to glue it down to the barrel better, straighten it out a little bit more. And then I'm going to sponge paint it to look like a hedge. And then within that hedge, I'm going to be inserting tiny roses. Each of these hedges will be climbing rose bushes. I think that's going to look really cool. Get around here again. No, none to speak of. I need rain so bad. My young yucca plant there. I don't know. Let me turn it around again. That young yucca plant in there. We had to dig it up. When we dug up the mother one, it was there, and we put it in a different pot. But it's just like it just doesn't want to. I'm gonna have to plant it a little deeper, I believe. I'm gonna have to curl the root around. Oh, it's going to look beautiful when I get it done. And the thing is I love a beautiful yard. Always have. But moving doesn't make it easy to have a beautiful yard. I've had to tear down I had a beautiful down in Omaha at State Line RV Park. I had the most beautiful moss garden. I had collected moss from all over these here hills, different species of moss, and I had a moss fairy garden. Yeah. And then the landlord decided she didn't want me living there anymore because my best friend was her enemy. My best friend asked her out for dinner and a movie, and that was the wrong thing to do. So she kicked him off at the park, and she kicked me off at the park too. Oh well. I didn't leave her my moss garden. I moved it, but it didn't survive. Moss is very finicky when you got it growing like that. Anyway, then I moved over to this other RV park, and the neighbor was abusing his wife horribly, not beating her up, but he wouldn't let her go to the doctor. She had a screw and a screw and a nail up in her gluteus maximus where she had fallen down on the edge of the trailer that was being tore down, and it shot it right up, and he wouldn't let her go to the doctor. So I turned him in. And then he claimed that I broke into his house and I broke into his safe and I stole his drugs and he wanted a order of protection. He lived 10 feet from me. His trailer was parked 10 feet away from me. Being stupid, I didn't fight it. What the hell? And I found out that I had to move. And I had to move. I couldn't even move myself. Somebody else had to move me. So I didn't even get a chance to go in and collect my beautiful garden. I had a waterfall, a rock waterfall with plants growing in and around. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, they just ripped it all out. I didn't do that. The owner said he knew I didn't do that. But, and then we got new owners here, and I just knew they was going to raise the rent out of my rent budget because they put in all these pretty new roads. Put in all these pretty new roads in here, not gravel anymore. They put us a hot tub up by the pool, open year round. Now they're building these here glam spots. They're going to have outdoor kitchens and hot tubs, and they're beautiful. And those are going to run like $100 a night to park, but they're beautiful parking spaces. So I've done what I've done so far, and I will complete it. It's a work in progress, mind you. It's a work in progress, and those blocks back there, way back there, that go around the tree. I don't know if I can make this. I don't know how to make this zoom, so I'm gonna try. They're 5-inch blocks. They're going to be painted to look like hedge, and they're going to actually outline the patio on this side over here and around the corner and there's going to be another one around the corner here to like hedge to hold this gazebo in better. Anyway, guys, I've been on here long enough, and I'm going to sit down, have myself a cigarette. Don't mind if I do. As soon as I can find them. And then I'm going to get to work. I'm going to start with doing the other basket. It's hanging on the tree over there. I got to go get it down and fix it up like I did this one. I am proud of that. Well, thank you, old lady-o. You know what? I am what I am. That's all that I am. And in my own opinion, I'm perfect. I am the perfect me. No one else can be me. So that makes me the only one. And if you're the only one of something, you have to be the perfect one of that one. And that's me. Yeah. Thank you, old lady. I love that comment. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. Hugs and blessings. And keep your head on a swivel.